Okay, so this is Rundown Creator. First of all, the time right now it's 8:26 p.m. It's about to turn 8:27. Oh, it just turned 8:27. That's when we're starting. Rundown Creator, I'll sign you in. This is going to take you a little less time if you were to do it what I'm doing if you knew how to do it at speed. But I need to stop and tell you some things along the way. The first thing we do is we need to, this is a copy of Tuesday. In order to create that, what you do is actually, if you were on Tuesday, you'd come down, if it's at CTV Tuesday 225, you'd come down here to copy rundown. It's the fifth from the top, and you click on that. I've already done that, and immediately it creates this copy of CTV Tuesday. Then I'm going to click on that again, and I'm going to go to the top one, Rundown Settings. I click on that. I'm going to erase copy of. I'm going to make that CTV Thursday is what I'm working on. We did not do Wednesday. And I'm going to change the date to the 27th, which is Thursday, so that when I click Save, it will now say CTV Thursday, February 27th, 2020. I'm going to delete. I'm not going to use this anymore. So we'll delete it. In order to save you time, I'll figure out how to delete that later. Introduction is really where we're going to start with. In this section, notice there's nothing here. You can type whatever you want it to say, and we'll show you what happens with Rundown Creator, the teleprompter later with that title. For the introduction, we always start with anchor 1 in squiggle brackets right there. Squiggle brackets are, on the right side of your computer to the right of P if you click Shift. Then cam 2, we always do our cams in parentheses. And I'll show you that what happens with the teleprompter when you put stuff in parentheses. We want the person to know who's speaking and what camera they're talking to. Camera 2 is the center camera. Good morning, Central High Cougars. This stays the same, etc., etc. We need to change the date. Thursday, February 27th. Okay, that's anchor 2. We don't have to write cam 2 again. Save and close. Now we go into new news. Okay, I'm going to show you how it's set up first, and then I'm going to put the new news, which today is only one thing. Again, in squiggle brackets, anchor 1. We put in the greater with the less than sign and the greater than sign. In between that, we say that there's a graphics there. I type that it's 1.1. The first number, 1 here, means that it is in the left side graphics, and it's called GFX1. And then dot 1 means it's the first graphic we're going to do. You'll notice down here, anchor 2, and then we have graphics 2. That's the second bin, which is on the right side of the Tricaster, and it's going to be the first graphic. So all graphics in graphics 1 should be left graphics, and all graphics in graphic 2 should be right graphics. And then right after that, we put in parentheses which camera they're going to talk to. We started on camera 2. They both are there. We see them both, and we talk to camera 2 in the introduction. Now here, anchor 1 is always going to talk to camera 1, and anchor 2 is always going to talk to camera 3. Anchor 2 is always talking to camera 3 unless, like in the introduction, they're both talking to camera 2. Okay? And then we just go back and forth between anchors. At the very end, we have this line that never changes. Well, no, it'll change at the end of this month. That is all for new news. Let's turn to whoever for whatever. This month has been Black History Month. I'm going to go ahead and delete all this because I actually only have, I think I have 2 sets of new news. I'm going to do the second one later because I have to look it up. It's in another place, another email that I just received. But we are going to go into the daily bulletin. The daily bulletin starts with our schedule. We don't really say anything about that. Here we have our events. We're going to use this for sports later. We don't go into the next week. And then we start with new news. Now, in order to copy this, it's kind of hard to click and drag from the top. Actually, I just did it, which is awesome, but I usually go from the back forward. That usually helps out, and if I start before that period, then I could do Command C. I'm in the Rundown Creator here, and I paste it. Now, I try to break it up. Every sentence, I create a break for whoever's reading. This seems to help him. or at least so far. I asked them, does this help? They said that it helps. So I'll break it all up into one sentence per line, and then skip a line. Then I read what it says. I'm going to leave this as is probably for the most part, even though some of them can be silly. Did you know that reading boosts your sleep? Reading, since it helps you relax and de-stress, can help pull you into a deep and peaceful sleep. Book club is this Friday, 2/27, right after school in the library. We will be starting our new book, The 57 Bus. So what we're probably going to do for the graphic is we'll do book club right at the top. And then we might say in the more info, Friday, 2/27. And then maybe for the subtitle, we might put book club for the title and the 57 bus in maybe some quotes for the subtitle. And then we could put a graphic of, a inner picture on the graphic of books or something like that. Okay, I'm going to change this one out. And actually, since that's Friday, March 27th, that might be one of the ones that is in continuing news. I'm going to go ahead and skip the Black History Fact because I'm going to have to write that, and that's nothing you're going to have to do next week. You'll have to do history, a history thing, but somebody else is going to write that. That goes in Special Report. The Special Reporter, we have the squiggly brackets for Special Reporter. Their background is a graphic in DDR bin 2. DDR1 bin 2. And then it's always going to be camera 3. This stays the same. That's always where we're going to put this graphic. And they always start with thanks to those people, and then we'll write whatever is going to come in this section, which I will do later. Then we come to continuing news. Continuing news, we started on Anchor 1, and Anchor 2 didn't... Oh, the Anchor 2 will be saying something. If Anchor 2 does not get to say anything, then we'll usually start this. We'll move this up, and we'll create that at the top, Anchor 2. Oh, as I've done there. I forgot, on this page, it always starts at the bottom. We have to scroll to the top. But now we're going to start with Anchor 1 because I think Anchor 2 is going to be the last person that talked. So copy and paste. Oh, no, look at this. Sorry. Anchor 1, Cam 2, thanks for that report. Then Anchor 1 is going to turn to Cam 1. And then say in continuing news. Actually, I used to do this up here. I've been playing around with that. Let's do this. In continuing news, then we'll turn to camera 1. Anchor 1. Let's see what's our continuing news. So our continuing news is all here. Boom. And there's a couple ways we can do this. We can use what we've used before and see what's missing. We could copy it all and put stuff in place. Since we've done a lot of these before and I've rewritten stuff before, I'm going to go ahead and find what I have. Girls and boys basketball pictures are in. Let's see if we could find that and make sure that's in there. Nope, I do not see that. So I'm going to grab that. There we go. And Anchor 1 is going to say that. I'm not going to erase what's already there. I'm just going to move some stuff down. Then I'm going to go to the next one. College and Career Center is hosting a field trip to American River. Let's see if we can find that one. American River. Nope, we don't have that. So it seems that now that I've said something about it, it's easier to copy from the front. I don't know why I keep doing that. But let's put that on Anchor 2. So I try to keep it a bit in order of the same thing as best I can. Oops. Because that way I can follow suit. You don't have to do it this way. But so that's Anchor 1. Boom. JBelly. Anchor 2 is going to be here. I'll paste that here. Copy in Anchor 2. Copy. And here's what I'm going to do from here. As you can see, this is what's going on. We have, remember at the starting we had graphics 1.1. Now we have graphics 1.2 because Anchor 1 is on the graphics are going to be on the left. Anchor 2, the graphics are going to be on the right. I'm going to pause right now or stop this video, and then we'll continue once I'm done adding all this to show you what happens next.